I have been using the Fender 68 Custom Pro Reverb for about a couple of months now, I believe. The speaker is broken in, and I think it's pretty safe to say that this is my favorite Fender amp that I have tried. So I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons to why I think it's the best Fender amp that I've tried. The first thing is the weight. It's not that heavy, so it's easy to move to a gig or to a different rehearsal space. I think it's fair to compare it to the Twin Reverb. The Twin is heavy, it's quite heavy, and the Pro Reverb isn't, so I know that's important for some people. That's why it's on the list. A different Fender amp that I think is fair to compare this amp to is the Deluxe Reverb. I often find that that one is breaking up too soon, especially when I'm playing live. I've used those a lot on venues. It's a very common amp to have on a venue when you are traveling without an amp, and I often think that they break up too fast. But with the Pro Reverb you have 40 watts, so you have enough clean headroom, and I really like that about that amp. And that also leads me to my next point, the clean tone. Fender clean tones, can you get anything better than that? I don't think so. And of course on the Pro Reverb, the clean tone is just fantastic. And the next point is reverb. I need to have reverb in my amps, and I don't think you can get a better built-in spring reverb than you get in Fender amps. And this one sounds fantastic. And another segue into the next point is tremolo. We have built-in tremolo. I don't use that very often, but sometimes I do need a tremolo, and then it's in my amp and it sounds fantastic. Okay, next point is a bit cheap. It's not that important, but the amp looks good. Would you play an amp like this or this? Nope, but this one looks good and it's kind of important, yeah. It's a very good pedal platform. Again, Deluxe Reverb is also that, but it breaks up a bit too early for me. I want a bit more clean headroom in my amp to use all my pedals with, and the Pro Reverb has 40 watts instead of 22 as with the Deluxe Reverb, so I think it's a perfect pedal platform. Of course I like the clean sound in this amp, but I also like when you push the amp to the edge of breakup, and to use that together with a pedal. Ooh, that's just one of my favorite driven tones. You know, I used to be on forums when I was younger, and people said to me, if you want a good clean tone, go for Fender. If you want a good driven sound, go for Marshall. And I sort of blindly believed that, but turns out that a driven Fender just sounds fantastic. It is one of my favorite driven sounds. So yeah, breakup point, very good. And this could be in like the same point as the last one, but I'm putting it in a different one just to give you another reason to get this amp. When you completely crank it, it gets very wild. I like how Fender amps sort of just like give up when you push them. This one holds up a lot better than my Tweed, which totally just like when you push it. And I mean, it sounds really good even though it sounds like the amp is just giving up. But yeah, I just dig that sound when you're pushing it really hard. If you shave off some low end, it holds up a lot better. But I also just like to crank the amp and don't have any pedals in front, and to really hear how the amp is responding when you are pushing the power tubes. So there's another reason for you. And I promised you one reason to why I don't like it. And this is not something that is very special about the Pro Reverb. I would say it's a common thing for combo amps. I've seen someone handle it better than others, but it is like rattle in the amp when you're playing loud. I have been battling some rattle in this amp. I've been tightening all the screws, and I think I've been able to get rid of it, but it is something that I have been struggling a bit with this amp. It's a very common thing, as I said, with combos. There's a lot of volume, a lot of thing is moving when you're playing that loud, and everything is in the same box, so it's sort of bound to happen, and I'm not sure how to fix it from a amp manufacturer's standpoint, but yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so there you have it, the Pro Reverb from Fender. I also think that YouTube is recommending that you check out this video. Please do so. Thank you for watching and goodbye.